Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will presentation about classroom management for project 2 final term test. Before I start, I will introduce myself. So my name is Yogi Oktaviani. My student ID number is 33210038 and I'm from class 33.6A.01. Part 1. Teaching tolerance. Teaching tolerance according to expert involves promoting understanding, acceptance, and respect for individual differences such as race, ethnicity, religion, gender, sexual orientation, and abilities. It involves educating individuals to open-minded, empathic, and inclusive towards others, regardless of their backgrounds of beliefs. 1. Benefit of the Teaching Tolerance Program. Learning involves teaching students how to get along with others. For example, teaching tolerance promotes better relationships among children by teaching them how to appreciate diversity early. The second is why tolerance matters in the classroom. Tolerance promotes social equality in school. A tolerant learning environment helps students learn how to interact with people who are different, and it also prevents the spread of distasteful attitudes and behaviors such as bias and exclusions. And third is how to teach tolerance in classroom. As a teacher, you can mirror openness and respect by embracing empathy and compassion through your action and words. Also, you can encourage your learners' self-confidence by celebrating their differences and teaching them about different cultures. And last one is strategy for an inclusive classroom. Building an inclusive learning environment means students feel a sense of belonging in an inclusive classroom. In a learning space accommodating diversity in learning styles, gender, race, religion, and ethnic backgrounds. Helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggression. What are 10 good ways to help deal with anger? Number one is think before you speak. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to say something you will later regret. Take a few moments to collect your thoughts before saying anything. Also allow others involved in the situation to do the same. The second is once you're calm, express your concerns. As soon as you're speaking, thinking clearly, express your position in an assertive but non-confrontational way. State your concern and need clearly and without hurting others or trying to control them. The truth is get some exercise. Physical activity can help reduce stress that can cause you to become angry if you feel your anger escalating. Go to for breaks, walk or run, or spend some time doing another enjoyable physical activities. The fourth is take a time out. Timeouts aren't just for kids. Give yourself short breaks during times of the day that tend to be stressful. A few moments of quiet time might help you feel better, prepared to handle what ahead without getting irritated or angry. And number five is identify possible solutions. Instead of accusing of focusing on what makes you mad, work on resolving the issue at hand. Does your child's messy room make you upset? Close the door. Is your partner late for dinner every night? Schedule meals later in the evening. And the sixth is for stick with I statement. Criticizing or placing blame might only increase tension. Instead, use I statement to describe the problem. Be respectful and specific. For example, say, I'm upset. Did you leave the table without agreeing to help with the dishes? Instead of you never do any housework. And number seven is don't hold a grudge. Forgiveness is a powerful tool. If you If you allow anger and other negative feelings to crowd out positive feelings, you may find yourself swallowed up by your own bitterness of sense of injustice. Number 8 is use humor to release tensions. Lighting up the half-disposed tension, use humor to help your face watch making you angry and possibly an unrealistic expectation you have for how things should go. Avoid sarcasm, so it can hurt feeling and makes things worse. Number 9 is practice relation skill. What's your sample places for relation skill to works? Practice deep breathing exercise, image arousing scan, or repeat a calming word or phrase such as take it easy. You might also listen to music, write in journal, or do a few yoga process, whatever it takes to encourage relaxation. And the last one is know when to speak up. Learning to control anger can be a challenge at times. Seek help for anger issue if your anger seems out of control, causes you to do things you regret or hurts those around you. Next is disruptive behavior. In school mental health, disruptive behavior in the classroom are a threat to an optimal learning environment. Educators commonly request assistance managing challenging classroom behavior, and this behavior are a common reason for referral to mental health service. Examples of disruptive behavior include the first is aggression towards other students or faculty. The second is threats of violence. The third is yelling inside or outside of the classroom. Number 4 is ultimately tagging, logging, crying, engaging in content of a laptop that others find disruptive. And last one is listening to music at the volume disruptive to others. Part 1, solving the problem. Part 2, solving the problem. Problem 1. Mrs. Johnson is 5th grade teacher who has been teaching for over 10 years. This year she has a student named Alex who frequently displays aggressive behaviors. Alex often instructs, listens, talks back to the teacher, and sometimes even becomes physically aggressive toward his classmates. Mr. Johnson has tried various strategies to manage Alex's behavior, such as setting clear rules and consequences, positive reinforcement for good behavior, and speaking with Alex regularly to understand the root of his aggression. However, despite her efforts, Alex's behavior has not improved significantly. Question: what classroom management techniques can Mrs. Johnson implement to address Alex's aggressive behavior? Provide at least 3 specific strategies and explain how each one could help improve the situation. The answer is using the helping student handle anger frustration and aggression techniques. Give a signal to all students by saying that Mrs. Johnson is very happy if Alex and his friend follow the lessons. The second is approaching and speaking softly to Alex. The Alex attitude and behavior are not good and disrespectful. The truth is, if Alex still underestimates this, the Mrs. Johnson sought children to be reported to his parents and given as many assignments as possible. Problem 2. Mrs. Smith is a 7th grade math teacher who has noticed the several students in her class frequently engage of the text behavior during lessons. These students often daydream, chat with classmates, or use their phones instead of focusing on their work despite Mrs. Smith's attempts to redirect on their work, despite Mrs. Smith's attempts to redirect attention by providing engaging activities the problem faces. This off-text behavior is disrupting the learning environment and affecting the overall performance of the class. Question: what strategies can Mrs. Smith use to increase on text behavior and discourage of text behavior? Provides at least 3 specific strategies and explain how each one could help address the issue? The answer is using the dealing with disruptive behavior techniques. Number one is create a daily schedule that shows the activities to be done and the time for each activity. For example, the specific time a group of discussion, time for independent works, and time for rest. The second is use techniques such as proximity control, moving around the classroom to monitor and supervise students. Random questioning, having students answer questions at random to ensure they stay engaged. And activity participation involving students in class discussion and activities. Also use nonverbal signal, example raising hands or using cue cards to get the attentions of students who are daydreaming or dis- distracted. Reason is provide praise and rewards for good behavior such as completing assignment or time and actively repeating lesson use a point or reward system to recognize student efforts. For the last problem is Miss Brown is 8th grade English teacher who is facing challenge with a student named Jack. Jack frequently exhibits disruptive behavior in class, such as talking about often, making inappropriate comments, and distracting other students. Despite Miss Brown attempts to manage the behavior through verbal warnings and seating change, Jack's behavior has not improved. This disruptive behavior is affecting the learning environment and making it difficult for other students to concentrate on their work. Question: what specific strategies can Ms. Brown implement to manage Jack's disruptive behavior? Provide up-to-three strategies and explain how each one could help address the issues. The answer is using the dealing with disruptive behavior techniques. The first is teach students stress and emotion management techniques such as relaxation or meditation techniques. The second is encourage parents to be involved in the learning process and provide support at home. And the last one is teach social and emotional skills that can help students manage their behavior. So, thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.